السلام عليكم. أول شيء أعرف عن نفسي. My name is Almatouq. I'm a senior manager in Information Security Department at Bobian Bank. I'm also the risk representative at KBA, the Kuwait Bank Association. Today what I'm going to do, I'm going to speak about why do we need cybersecurity education in school. As you know, starting with the pandemic since last year and with the emerging of new technologies, we can say our cyber education become an importance. Why? Because all schools now are adapting the e-learning, and kids are spending more time using their BDA, the personal device assistants, whether it is an iPad or tablets or a laptop. All these needs to be more monitored, and children need to be educated on how to use these devices. Children now is exposed to a lot of technologies and spending a lot of time with the technology doing education, gaming, video streaming, chatting, and also some of them are hearing some podcast or music. All of these channels are an exposure to our children and might put our children in a multiple risk. When are we talking about risk related to the technology? Let's talk about the cyberbullying. Based on Kaspersky, the latest report says that 46% of children or at young age getting cyberbullied. That's almost half. Cyberbullying affecting our children mentally and even led them to even suicide. We do have also cyber predator. When we are talking about cyber predator, we are talking about the pedophile, the sexual cyber predator, and we are talking about the psychopaths. If you heard, since 2016, there's a game called the Blue Whale Challenge, which led children to harm themselves and in the end to suicide. We also have the posting private information. Kids are now posting everything on the internet. Why? They do have an iPad, they take a photo of their parents, or they're taking photo around the house and post it on the internet. If they don't know what they are posting, then our privacy is in danger. Children are easily falling for phishing. They don't think as adult. So they are more as a phishing victims, also falling for a scam. If the kids receive an ad telling them that this is a free app, they will install it. If the kids receive an ad telling if you get this or you download this link, you will get a free gem in this game, they will click on it. They are easily fall to this scamming. Also, they might accidentally downloading a malware or ransomware. As you know, ransomware or the increase of ransomware have reached more than 300% in the past 2 years. Whatever they post on the internet, they cannot be deleted. So maybe children nowadays with a TikTok post a video on the internet and the video goes viral. This video may affect their health mentally, and it will haunt them forever because it will never be deleted from the internet. So the question is, how do we build a cybersecurity education in school? We need to teach our children how to deal with the current cyber events and how to deal with the current internet events as a user of the internet. So we need to focus when we are talking about the curriculum, we need to focus on understanding the privacy. The children need to understand what to post on the internet and what to not. What data they need to share it to the internet and what to not. For example, is it okay to share your real life home location? It is not. Is it okay to share your real name, your father information, all these data, your BII, the personal identifier information? Is it okay to share it or not? Kids need to understand that these information are private and not to be shared. Second, they need to understand whom they are talking to. Is it a peer? If it's a peer, is it okay if he's bullying me or not? Is he a stranger? If he is a stranger, then he needs to understand how old is he and why he's talking to me. Is it okay for a stranger to talk to me? We need to set a rule and guidelines. If a kids have a rules, they will follow it. For example, you have a screen timing. You cannot go to the internet unless you finish your homework. When you go to the internet, you need to access only these websites. If you go to the YouTube, if your age is below 14, you need to go to YouTube Kids. You are not allowed to go to YouTube. For example, you need to make this rule clear. You need to explain what is malware and how the malware will affect your device, how the malware may corrupt your device. Kids are smart and they will get it. They will understand what is malware if you explain it in an easy way. You need to give the kids responsibility. If you want your kids to follow the rules, you need to give them responsibilities. You need to give them the responsibilities on how to use the timing on the iPad. You need to give them the responsibility of their own password in an early age. If you teach the kids how to be responsible and if you teach the kids that you are responsible of your password, he will understand not to share it and what will happen if he lost his password. Kids need to understand what to post online. Kids need to understand that whatever they post online, it will haunt them forever. In the online, there is no delete button. So whenever you post it there, it will remain there forever. Kids need to understand the logic of scamming and phishing. There is nothing for free in the internet. If it is free, then you are the product. Kids need to be, you need to make sure that all kids understand that nothing is for free. If it is too good to be true, then it is a scam or a phishing. Kids need to be more vigilant and need to understand how to be more vigilant when using the internet. They need to report everything they see, everything they watch, everything they receive. If someone is talking to them, they need to report it. That's how vigilant they need to be. And you need to encourage them how to be vigilant when using the internet. Now, the question is, how do we build this? What's the way, or how can we reach to children to achieve these focus points? First, we need to create a child-friendly environment for the kids in order to understand the technology. You cannot come to a kid and try to explain them, for example, how the malware works, or you need him to do a reverse engineering on a malware. That's not a kid's level. What you need to do, you need to give them a kids-friendly environment and to show them in an animated way how the scammer is work, how the phishing work. You need to do it in an easy way. You need to explain it for a kid. And this way, you will make sure that the kids will understand how to identify phishing, how to identify a scammer, how to identify a malware. Second, we need to explain the rules. If you are giving the kids the rules, they need to understand why you are giving them these rules. Why you are setting them, for example, the gaming is only for 30 minutes. You need to give them an explanation for every rule that you set. Kids will not follow the rules if they are not convinced. If you convince them, then you will make sure that all the rules will be set. You need to give them the rules, like if you have a free app, you should not download it. Why you should not download it? What's the harm if you did download it? They need to understand. You need to encourage them. I'm talking about school, not home. You need to teach them how to report an incident. If someone bullying them, they need to report it. Is it okay to report to school? Yes, it is okay to report to school. They need to know and they need to understand how to deal with the cyber criminals. If someone trying to contact with them, if someone is trying to steal their information, if someone's trying to encourage them to do some stuff or to download some apps, you need to encourage them to report everything. You need to gain their trust. Let's say, if a kid broke one of these rules, you said, don't access this website for a certain reason, and the kids went and accessed that website, and he clicked on a link, and he installed a malware. If you don't gain their trust, they will not report it, because what they did, they broke the first rule first. So you need to gain their trust to get all the reports. If they knew that they will not get the punishment, that it might happen, I will warm up. Okay, you need to gain their trust, easily. You need to teach them about the cyber technology. Kids need to know what are the cyber technology and what are the importance of the cyber technology. They need to understand how to deal with each type of technology in a way of a cybersecurity. In this way, you can create a culture for the children at school that will help the parents with their awareness and education to build an educational, a cybersecurity educational environment in the whole country. So you start from home, you go then to school, then you will end up with a child that is cybersecurity aware, and he will be more vigilant than any regular person. This is the end, and thank you for your time.